Hey everyone, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we're going back to the great state of North Carolina. We're going to interview Revital Outdoors pro staff angler Kevin Farley. Kevin has amassed a tremendous record for himself in tournaments in the month of April and May on Kerr Lake. Well, this weekend is a very special weekend for Kerr Lake because the BFL Shenandoah and the North Carolina division are both having tournaments on Kerr Lake this weekend. So I believe one is on Saturday, one is on Sunday. Kevin's going to fish both of them. So this will be kind of pertaining to all the anglers fishing the North Carolina and the Shenandoah division. So you're not going to want to miss this. Also, Revital Outdoors is very excited to announce we are doing a $2,500 giveaway for a lucky angler at the end of the year. This $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway is going to be with several great companies that we've acquired, including Flambeau Outdoors, Costa Del Mar, Seaguar Line, Strike King, Lose, and Tackle Warehouse. So definitely not a giveaway you want to miss. Make sure you hit the link at the top of the description right below this video to enter in. It just takes 3 seconds to do so. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. That's Revital Outdoors. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we're a premium CBD company. We offer premium CBD products to all the outdoor enthusiasts out there. So check them out on our website. You can purchase them directly off our website. That's revitaloutdoors.com. Don't forget, our products are THC-free. We're a worker-friendly brand, and they're made right here in America. So that being said, let's go ahead and bring in my good buddy Kevin Farley from the great state of North Carolina. How you doing this evening, bud?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm doing good. So, well, man, tell me about it. So Kerr Lake this coming weekend, Shenandoah division, North Carolina division, kind of a unique situation that's going to happen. Kerr Lake is really notoriously known for a lake that does really, really well in the early spring, that pre-spawn, spawn time of year. And then in the fall, when the fish are up chasing bait, you can catch them on top water. Tell us about the post-spawn early summer situation. I know you've got a lot of great history fishing tournaments on Kerr this time of year, so let's just dive right into it. Tell us about it.
All right, so yeah, Kerr's an extremely fun lake. It's got a lot of fish, but there is a lot of small fish. This tournament is kind of setting up to be. It's going to be good, but then again, it's going to be tough. You know, we're unfortunately in that lull after the spawn. You know, you've got some shad spawn, herring spawn going on, of course. Some of the fish have already come off of the lull. There's some fish that's on that when you can find it. Thing is, you know, we just had a massive front come through this weekend, which really knocked them in the head, because I fished Saturday, and it was definitely difficult. You know, I caught fish in a way that I was really not expecting in May. You know, it was more what you would expect summertime. So it's going to be, somebody's going to whack them. Somebody's going to get on a bag. You know, I think it'll take 18, 19 pounds, depending on how this front this weekend does. You know, that could really throw a wrench in some people's plans. You know, for me, I'm going to do what I usually do there. Yeah, I pretty much just go fishing, put my head down, start out dirt shallow and till I find them. So, you know, it's definitely a fun time of year. You know, it's going to be one of those kind of probably pick your poison, you know, how you want to do it. So we'll see how it goes.
I got you. When you say you're going to start shallow and move out, are you like flipping, throwing a jig? Are you throwing a spinnerbait, reaction baits up shallow and then moving out, or kind of like what's your, you know?
Me personally, I'm pretty much power fisherman. You know, I'm going fish power baits, top water spinnerbait, crankbait, and you know, if that's not working, you know, you have to adjust, slow down a little bit. You know, we all have to slow down sometimes, but for me, the first few hours, you know, it's going to be trolling motor on 10 and I'm going to be rolling.
Right. So, okay. As far as Kerr this time of year, you know, what kind of, you know, what have you found successful? What do you think, guys? Let's say you got, you know, this weekend you got guys, you know, in the top 10. what would you say 7 out of 10 of them? What's going to be the predominant pattern that everyone's going to be able to figure out?
Well, first thing, most likely will be either shad spawn or herring spawn.
Okay.
That's going to be probably the two most predominant things going this weekend. Typically this time of the year, the water is 302, 303, 304. This year we don't have that. It's 300. Actually, I believe it's right at 301. I think it's 300.91. Right. So it's going to be a little bit different than what's typical for late April, 1st of May. When that happens, it's a lot about, the bushes and stuff like that. But I don't really think bushes is going to play a whole lot this time. Of course, there is some stretches that will have bushes in the water. Maybe some fish on that and stuff. But for me, it's all about that rock, finding that shad spawn, herring spawn. And then as the day and sun comes up, either follow the shad or the herring out or run your shade lines. This past weekend, there really didn't seem to be a lot of fish in the pockets. But like I said, we had that front come through, which, typically will pull them out.
Right. So, growing up in Oklahoma, we always look for a shad spawn. You would see the shad kind of snapping or flickering right there at the edge of the rock on a big bluff wall. Riprap was a prime example of this along the bridges. Down here in Florida, you have to find a hard grass line, and you'll see those shad flicking at the surface. Is it the same in the state of North Carolina? Is it a little bit different? And then how does that differ shad from bluebacks?
Well, so they'll spawn on rock, bushes, or grass. Mm-hmm. And you could have a shad spawn on all three. Now, of course, blueback herons, they typically spawn on your long flat points with rock on it. Mm-hmm. And they'll be up super shallow early. As the day goes out, they progressively move out. And typically on that herring spawn, the bass are going to follow the heron. So it's a toss up right now what I'm going to do, which one I'm going to focus on. I'll be out there Thursday and Friday and try to put something together. In a sense, this tournament kind of worries me, but then again, I've got a lot of history there. Just gonna go fishing, man. I've found the last 2 years, when I stopped listening to Doc talk and doing my own thing and going with my gut and just letting the fish talk to me, I've done a whole lot better.
Yeah. That's good for every angler. Just do what, focus what in my opinion, I think anglers that want to do well in any kind of tournament, they want to focus on what they know how to do well, what their, favorite technique is, and they can probably get it done. You look at prime example there, look at John Cox. Even he can go out to Chickamauga, he can go to Pickwick, he can go to Kentucky Lake, and he can win tournaments when guys are offshore, catching them on the big spoons, big swim baits. He can still find something of shallow, and he's won tournaments doing it. Because he just follows what he's got confidence in.
And with you bringing up his name, he's probably one of the best Senko fishermen in the world.
That's a fact.
He's phenomenal of how he can go any and everywhere, any time of the year, and catch them on a whack worm Senko.
Right. I had a really good buddy of mine on the FLW tour that drew him as a co-angler, and we were on Beaver Lake. It was in the middle of March when anglers are catching a bunch of pre-spawn fish. And so then you wonder about a guy like that. Like, how's he catching them out of the 10 rig? What's he doing when he's a predominant flipper, throwing a Senko and all that? And he caught him very, very well. Not really still sure how he caught him. But I remember asking that buddy of mine, I'm like, were you shallow? He goes, oh, yeah. We were dragging bottom all day. I'm like, dragging bottom? He goes, he doesn't fish shallow. He fishes dirt. It's insane what he does.
So, it is, and with you bringing that up, it's amazing being able to watch bass live and the MLF and all that, live real time. It really has revolutionized and changed the game of fishing, because
that's a fact.
You see it, and you're like, okay, I've done that. Why didn't I catch fish? What was I doing wrong doing the exact same thing? And some of it's timing. There is a percentage of luck, but there's also a percentage of skill, and you just have to equal it out, man.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
For me, when it all started coming together, when I stopped listening to Doc talk, I started fishing my strengths and legitimately letting the fish tell me what they want and what they're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, well, in this situation, looking forward to, Kerr Lake for both the North Carolina anglers and the Shenandoah anglers. And I know there's going to be a mess of anglers that fish them both. Let's take a step sideways. We talked about as a boater, following that shad spawn, that herring spawn, throwing reaction baits up shallow, maybe moving out deep, catching some post-spawn fish. What's a co-angler do in this situation? Let's say you got a co-angler. His boater doesn't tell him a whole lot, tells him to bring the kitchen sink, and he's never been to Kerr Lake before. What's 3 baits that co-angler needs to bring to be successful for this weekend's tournament?
Shaky head, jig, and top water bait of choice.
I like it. So
the biggest key for a co-angler in this event is pay close attention to what your boater is hitting and hit what he misses.
Yeah, what he's not hitting. Yeah,
exactly right. And do not throw the same bait he is throwing. Unless he is just absolutely mauling them, then you want to do that. Other than that, you want to typically fish something different, because you're not going to catch a fish he's already caught.
No, that's not going to happen. I'm going to give one little shake-up bait, though, and please disagree with me if you tell me, no, don't take that. If I was a co-angler in this situation, I'd take one more bait with me, and that would be a weightless fluke.
Definitely, yes. That would be a good thing, especially if they're on a shad or herring spawn. That's a bait that'll be on my deck all day. And I'll fish it multiple different ways. Trying not to say too much of what my plan is and stuff like that, man, because I am sitting 8th in the points, and I kind of have a bad taste in my mouth from last year. Was way up in the points and stuff, and coming to this exact tournament, I slung an ear on the prop first run, and
I remember you telling
me got in my head, man, and I didn't recover from it. So
those things.
That's one of the things that I've definitely been trying to work on personally myself is things that's out of my control. You can't focus on those. We can only focus on what we can control.
Right.
Exactly. And G-Man said something a few years back, man. It's really stuck in my head, and that's PMA, positive mental attitude. You have to have that on the water all the time, because if you go out there with negativity, you're gonna have a negative day. If you go out there positively, usually you're gonna have a positive day.
Yeah, that's so true. That is absolutely so true. So, well, Kevin, you've given us a lot of great insight. Good luck to you this weekend fishing both the Shenandoah and the North Carolina Division tournaments on Kerr Lake. Before we let you go, I know you got a lot of great people that support you. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to? Friends, family, sponsors, anybody like that before we let you go?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I couldn't do what I do without him. And, what he has given me, the blessings he gives me. Second would be my family, my fiance and kids. Dave's tournament tackle. David Farrington is an amazing man. Supported me 100%. And, Deep Creek Lures, I've been with them the longest of anybody that I've been with. I think going on 10 years, this is my 10th season with them. Extremely good soft plastics, highly impregnated garlic. Fish do not let it go typically when they bite it. Revital. Y'all have helped out. Y'all have gave me renewed, not in the pain that I've been in. I've had 7 knee surgeries and a hip replacement, and the CBD gels with melatonin and the salve has just been a blessing for me. Luz, Enigma, list goes on. Captain Gary's marine products, and that's something that a lot of people probably have not heard of, but probably to me is one of the best boat care products you can get. It's Captain Gary's. You can get it through Deep Creek Lures on deepcreeklures.com. Give it a try. I promise you'll love it. That instant bass boat shine really makes it shine and doesn't let stuff stick to your gel coat.
Good deal. Well, Kevin, I really appreciate you coming on our podcast. For all the listeners out there, you've been listening to Mr. Kevin Farley, Revital Outdoors pro staff angler and an angler who's fishing both the Shenandoah and North Carolina Division Tournament on Kerr Lake this coming weekend. So, Kevin, thank you for the insight. Thank you for coming on our podcast once again. Before we let everybody go, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, because we've gotten a lot of great content out, and we got a lot more content coming in the near future. So make sure you definitely sign up to receive all the notifications from our YouTube channel. Also, check out that link at the top of the description right below this video. Enter into that $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway. I promise you, if every angler out there is going to want to enter into that. We're very, very excited to be partnered with some great brands in the industry. So make sure you tune into that. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, again, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there. God bless everybody. We'll talk to everyone very, very soon.